seconds. A cow moose and her 2 calves pushed through the willows without stealth or grace to splash into the river ahead, out of view of the angling boats. A river otter slipped into the current without a ripple. Bald eagles on dead branches studied the current below them and didn't look up as the bullet zipped by hundreds of feet above. The cow moose flinched and raised her head at the sound of the crack. 2 seconds. An ochre spoor of dust trailed a tractor equipped to gather up large round hay bales in an irrigated field on the other side of the river. The dust was infused with the last blast of sunlight from the summit of the western mountains, and the combine produced an outsized impression on the bronze terrain. The backs of black Angus cattle covered the pasture like cartoon balloons, each animal tethered to its own long shadow. The red roof of a barn shot by below, and ravens circled the fresh kill of a jackrabbit hit by a motorist on a black ribbon of highway. 2.5 seconds. Almost imperceptibly, the bullet began to drop and slow and drift slightly to the left, a motion called the aerodynamic jump. Because it was flying east to west through the air, its course was altered slightly by the gravitational force of the rotation of the Earth, known as the Utvush effect. The 14th and 15th fairways of a golf course scrolled by below, the turf freckled with the gold leaves of fall. A small herd of mule deer grazed on the grass near the clubhouse, unaware that interlopers, white-tailed deer from outside the area, were flanking the muleys in a raid that would play out in minutes. A large band of pronghorn antelope, their backs lit up by the shaft of light, flowed like liquid across a sagebrush flat on the other side of a service road beyond the golf course. 3 seconds. A series of expensive homes constructed of gray rocks and heavy dark wood backed up to the 15th fairway. Covered lawn furniture and dormant barbecue grills sat on flat rock patios. 2 of the homes were occupied, but only one had lights on. The home with the lights was dead ahead, and a large plate glass window illuminated from within formed a yellow rectangle. Beyond the glass, inside, a small dark man sat behind a dining room table. He was staring intently in the direction of the mule deer. The table was set with a bottle of wine and 2 glasses and place settings that glinted in the reflection of an overhead elk antler chandelier. The window and the face of the man inside got larger. 3.5 seconds. The man at the table announced something and gestured with his hand as he did so, accidentally scattering the silverware beside his plate. He leaned to his side to retrieve an errant spoon at the exact second the bullet punched through the glass. The void left by the man was suddenly filled by the figure of a woman just behind him. She was entering the dining room from the kitchen carrying a platter of pork chops aloft in both hands. The top button of her blouse enlarged exponentially, and then there was a high impact and an explosion of red and black. Chapter 2. Wyoming game warden Joe Pickett was in an unfamiliar saddle on the wide back of an unfamiliar horse when the call came for him to return to his saddle string district immediately, quote, if not sooner, end quote. He was 8 miles from the trailhead in the Teton Wilderness with 3 other riders, all on stout mountain quarter horses. Snow had dusted the treeless tops of the Gros Ventre and Teton ranges during the night, and it was cold enough that clouds of condensation